Hello, everyone. We're back. We did it. We're here. We did it. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Thank you. Yes, welcome back to Tales of Caerwyn, Fabula, Ultima, and that is how I met your mother. As Roberta says. Yeah, we're doing our best today. I had dental work today, so I'm not feeling the best mouth-wise. And why would that be a problem in a game where I have to talk a lot? So, it's fine.
So we're going to talk for Conlon. So we can do the intro if that helps, Conlon.
No. Conlon knew what he was getting himself into. He brought this upon himself.
Yeah. One of my best
though,
features.
Remember.
This is self-inflicted torture, and I love it. So suck it up, bitch.
Robert, I'm gonna ban you. 3 weeks to Gen Con. Incorrect. Not happening.
No.
No.
How dare you remind us of this reality?
No. No. It is 3 weeks to Gen Con. We'll be there. Bells and whistles. Which brings us to our first point. Sponers. We got some good sponsors. Go check them out. If you're gonna be at Gen Con, come check out Matt and I's and our little thing. Infinite Citadel is on the way. We got some cool stuff in the works. I've been teasing some shit. We've been teasing some shit on Blue Sky. Go check us out there. We got some fun stuff happening, but we got a lot of fun stuff we haven't been teasing too. So all sorts of exciting stuff. But then other than that, go check out all of our other incredible sponsors. We got all sorts of cool stuff going on over there. Especially a shout out to LoreLink because friends of the channel, LoreLink. Yes. Okay. And then we have, yes, LoreLink will also be at Gen Con. Yes. Lore LinkedIn. What else do we got? We got sponsors. We got Patreon. We believe we have. Yeah, we kind of skipped the boners. We boners. Patreon. We have a new show in the works. I believe they're doing some stuff tonight, so that's exciting and fun.
Yes, they are recording in a little bit, and I'm not going to say spoilers just because I want to make sure it's a surprise, but our good friend Took is actually the one in charge and in the hot seat for this new rendition, so you guys should be on the lookout for that kind of stuff.
And then we have Discord. That's the last thing that I have to mention. Come chill with us on Discord. You can hear me rant about AI, as Robert was calling me out about being a shill for AI. I am a shill for nothing except knowing nothing. I am a shill for being an idiot. But I can come tell. Yeah, I can tell you all about AI and how it is the one true God. Not in a good way, only in a bad way. But yeah, other than that, Matt's gone. But last time with Fabula Ultima, that's what we do. We're playing a game. That's what's happening here. Last time on Fabula Ultima, we went to a party. We fought a dude in white that you hadn't met before, that you kind of had met before through some flashbacky kind of scenes and some good stuff there. And then learned about the I guess like the plot against the plot of this little, there's a plot that the Steel Kings seem to be doing, something happening there, and you met the people who are trying to stop whatever they're doing. Lusor Heavymaker, the leader of the Alley Sharks. Yozi, the sort of eclectic merchant who keeps giving you weird jobs. Masura, the potential romantic interest of Fiona at some point, maybe. Who can say? It's impossible to know. And as of now, Alucard... Is that right? Alucard? Yeah, I did this. You all confused me with the fucking Alucard thing last time, and now my brain is done. Naracula, yes. Alucard White, yes, correct. Of White's Wonders and Whimsy. Who also is now in this little party with y'all. So potentially some resources there. And as we mentioned last time, you are all headed back to the Wyvern, your tavern, and we are going to be jumping forward, I think 3-ish months around that time, and that will give us sort of our little. It's a bottle episode. So we're gonna be doing some scenes from that 3-month time jump today. Anything anybody needs to do is a very loose, free-form improv of an episode on my part because I don't have much planned, but we'll see where it leads. But yeah, without further ado, anything anybody else needs to talk about? Anything going on? Anything, or are we good to just jump on in?
Good to go.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, no, I will say both. I freeform improv and I didn't prepare anything, but shockingly, I hardly ever prepare anything. So
how do you prepare for a 3-month time skip with a bunch of yahoos that could come that no one preps? Do we forget where the thread is that keeps all of our ideas? We're shooting from the hip. You can't prep.
Us, the neurodivergent trail mix that we are from last week's episode.
I forgot the other thing that occurred last time. Right before we ended, you all had the same dream in which you were presented a couple choices for things and made some choices. I believe Matt chose power. So there were five top choices. One secret sixth choice that nobody did. You might sometime. Power, knowledge, connection, resources, or novelty. And then within each of those, there were certain things. So Matt chose power, and then within that, sword. Haley chose novelty, and then within that, clock. Taylor chose connection, and within that, bond. And Mel chose knowledge, and within that, spellbook.
Yes.
Ooh, we can get cheap viewers on streamboo.net. Thanks, Offhand Living Room in KFX for that plug.
I took care of it, don't worry.
Already banned. Already in the shadow zone. Big on!
But yes, anyway, we'll find out what those were at some point here. No spoilers just yet, but is there anything anyone would like to do before we get started? If not, we can go ahead and jump right on in with whoever has a first scene. If anybody has a scene idea that they'd like to throw in here for this. This is to remind everyone being treated... Oh, go ahead.
When do we get to know what we got?
What the result of the
3 months? Yeah.
Of the dream was?
At the end of the 3 months?
You'll find out.
Oh, but I wanted to know.
You will have a chance to rework your build a little bit here. If you don't like the choices that you made, we will have a chance to switch some things over. But
we get to clear out the skill tree and do it efficiently. Yay!
We got one of those like little items that are always named something weird in the JRPG, and you break it and you can rebuild yourself. Reallocate your skill points.
It's a recoat in the one fucking Clair Obscure. We got all sorts of fun stuff. You can repaint yourself here. But yes, we are going to be basically treating this as a rest scene. It is an extended rest scene. So basically, to remind everyone how rest scenes work in Fabula Ultima, when heroes rest, there's a chance for a calmer, more intimate role-playing known as a resting scene. So we're basically going to be able to do, like, this whole 3-month step is going to be, like, one extended resting scene where in each of you can have different scenes that happen around the Wyvern, the world, wherever you want to go. But you can do one of three things from that rest scene, which is create a new bond towards someone or something, add a new emotion to an existing bond, or erase an emotion from an existing bond and replace it with a different one. But yeah, all of that to say, does anybody have a scene that they're ready for, would like to jump into, where we are in the 3 months? You can imagine this, the anime thing of like 3 months later, and then you're walking through the market and you're all recounting, you're like, wow, how crazy is it that only a month and a half ago this happened.
Yeah.
Did anybody have any specific ideas?
I have one idea, but it's not for me. I want to see the Masura date. Go get the cat lady, Fiona.
Oh, there's a real bad joke there.
I was
No.
waiting to see if any of you were going to make the joke. Mm-hmm. Same brain cell. Anyway. Yeah, if it's not too much, maybe the Masura date, because I want to make sure that the others also have an opportunity to jump into it too, in case nobody.
Yeah, and we'll flex our little out of orbit muscle. Another plug for a friend of the channel, Andrew Bowman.
Yeah.
Go check out of orbit.
Andrew.
If anybody wants to hop into these scenes as not your character, if there's somebody
Yes.
that you want, let's fucking go. That'll be fun. So
That'll be fun.
yeah, if you want to toss in just a waiter or whatever, go for it. Add some chaos. But yes. So I forget, what was the setup with Masura? What was the last thing that was kind of said between Masura and Fiona? Was it a rain check for the walk, correct?
The walk.
That was kind of the big thing. Okay. So yeah, what does Fiona do to reach out to Masura?
I think I'm under the impression that Masura is the one who's more of like taking the charge, so to speak. And
The alpha,
thing
if
I
you will.
had in yeah. The thing I
The
envisioned
dom.
yeah.
But it's a
The
beast
thing I
kin, so it's,
envisioned
sorry, go ahead. Yes.
Oh my god. Oh no. What I
We are
envisioned
not doing this.
Uh-huh.
what I envisioned was, after everything that happened with the man in white, and interacting even more with Shadow Daddy for Fiona, I'd imagine that she would be diving into her books a lot more and trying really hard to find more information. And I think she, at least for the first month, I'd imagine after like all of that happened and it's just kind of that, well, we have to wait and see sort of scenario. She would be a hermit, for lack of a better word, and just be completely absorbed in her books. And I feel like Masura would probably be the one to come to the Wyvern to like kind of check in and find Fiona actually in her study, where she's like, got papers everywhere and all that, so kind of lost in the sauce of knowledge and trying to figure out more stuff.
Sure. Yeah, so we'll say about a month in, Fiona, what does the study look like? Give us a little what has Fiona done with this library study area?
I love the option I get to choose. There's a very simple bed, and I think for the most part she's moved the majority of her stuff out of the college and put it more into the Wyvern, since now everything has been more involved. I feel like it's kind of like the stereotypical academia sort of thing, where you have like these towering bookshelves that are from floor to ceiling, all like, aged spines of all these books are out. There's like a huge like mahogany wood desk. There's like all these other tables everywhere. I don't think there'd be, like concoctions like chemistry sets or anything, but there would be these towers of books everywhere. There'd be pictures hanging up on walls. And I feel like she would be in the middle of it, and she would have a bunch of books floating and kind of like slowly spinning around her as she has different pages open, and she's like trying to make references in between a multitude of them. Coffee cups everywhere that are half empty. That's a little ode to Billy for Gen Con last year.
But they weren't coffee cups. They're far
I
more
love you,
annoying.
Billy.
Coffee cups.
I say that because I love you. But yeah, it would be a bit of a mess, but it's an organized mess where she knows where everything is. Just hasn't really cleaned it up since she's been kind of in hermit mode for the last month. So
cool. So yeah, I think sort of rolling in, Masura starts out, comes into the Wyvern, looks around. What time of day is it?
I'm kind of picturing it's like the late afternoon where
Okay.
it's not sun setting yet, but it's starting to get like cool outside. So
cool. Yeah. So Masura comes in. The Wyvern is sort of just starting to pick up the few regulars that you all have picked up at this point. A couple of them are there. A few people stopping in, getting some food, having a drink kind of thing as people are getting out of their day jobs. Masura strolls on in and kind of... Does anybody else want to be in this scene? Anybody else want to be like in the Wyvern proper?
I think Ruin was probably hanging at the bar, like nursing something that could be
Something
liquor,
that I
could be
made.
not. Yeah.
Try this.
I was gonna say-
Ruin's 100% the victim of the taste test because just like I'll eventually get drunk and it won't matter.
yep.
Yeah. Teddy is
As
one
long as I
door
get my
away.
buzz on.
One swing door away, like those two swing doors. That like,
Yes.
that is all that is separating Teddy from this moment as she's in the kitchen.
To answer the question in chat real quick, it is not after a big arc. We are sort of building into a big arc. This is just a time jump to give the characters. We all know each other very well. This is a time jump to give our characters time to make sense that they would know each other as well as we do. So yeah, I think seeing Ruin at the bar, Masura would approach and, hello, is Fiona in?
Oh, Mizar, try this. And I'm gonna slide across the bar a small shot glass of fluoro pink liquid that's bubbling as if it's boiling, but then has that fog coming off it as if the liquid nitrogen, like that really cold stuff.
All right. Yeah. Give me just we're gonna do some. Give me a willpower dexterity check. I'm gonna do a
I'm
weird
imagining
mix
her
here.
hand comes
That
in
feels
after.
very bartendery.
Yeah.
Willpower,
Yeah.
dexterity. Yeah.
I imagine shot glass goes across the whole thing. Her hand comes in after it falls off the counter and shatters. Oh no, I missed.
What'd you
Yeah.
roll?
What numbers
Good
count as
roll?
crit? What numbers count as
Doubles,
crit?
six or
and
higher.
above.
Double sixes!
Amazing.
Nice.
All right. So yeah. Yes, critical success. So technically you get an opportunity. If you want to do something with the opportunities, you can look those over and decide. You can also just like, we're just gonna say that this works like however.
Continue.
What is
suss
this
it out.
drink? Is this like fruity, light, not horrible, or is this like fucking Everclear with some cotton candy dissolved in it?
No, it does start a little bit bitter, and like it is a shooting drink. It is extremely bitter to begin with, but once that's sort of like the heat and the bubbling coming through to it. But then once that subsides, there is this pleasant, sweet, not like sugary sweet, but sort of like this refreshing floral aftertaste that then lingers.
Okay.
So it goes from like one extreme to something quite pleasant. It's a slight roller coaster.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Masura catches it easily. You slide it basically directly into her hand. She shoots it, and it takes a second. She kind of makes a face to start with at the bitterness. Oh, that's quite good. What is that? You're muted.
You're muted, Taylor.
I was muted. Yep.
And
I realized
Haley's
that.
blurry. Yes.
Like a magician never reveals their secrets, neither does a bartender.
What
What
does
the
it?
fuck did I put in that?
Does it have a name? So that I can order it again in the future, or?
Simone, I told you it'd be good.
You proved me
No
wrong on
name.
this one. You did it.
No name yet. Any suggestions?
I don't know. There's all sorts of interesting notes there.
Periwinkle puzzlement.
I was just thinking bittersweet.
It could be good. Yes. You could call it the memory.
Call it the memory.
You know, memories are often bittersweet.
Ooh, I like that. Where's my notepad?
Well, do any of you know where Fiona is?
I think she's upstairs.
Probably upstairs being a nerd.
Sounds about right. Well, if it's all right with you all, I'll head up there and say hello.
Oh, yeah. Take this with you. And I'm gonna quickly make another memory. Okay, I'm gonna make another two. Another one for Missoura, and then one for Fiona.
All right.
Give me that liquid courage.
Yes, she takes them and heads upstairs. And Fiona, you hear a light knock on the door to the study.
So Fiona's back will be towards the door, and she doesn't say anything. With just like a flick of her wrist, the door like unhinges and it just slowly opens.
Knock, knock. Hello, Fiona.
I think at knock knock she's thinking it's someone else, and then with her name being said, hold on, I actually want to do a quick roll and see. What would this be? I think I'm gonna do a dex save, solely to see if she just lands flat on her ass or not with recognizing who the voice is. Nope. So, with recognizing what happens, Fiona, she has her hair up in this like very, very loose bun, which is not normal unless she's in like serious work mode. And I think at this point, she ended up going a little higher as the books are kind of like stacked in rows on top of one another to try and make sure she had as many floating. And she's on like this little, you know, in Avatar: The Last Airbender where Aang's on his little like
Airball.
airball. Yeah, his airball thing. She's on something like that so she can get higher. She quickly spins around and her eyes widen to realize it's Masura, and her concentration breaks where she falls and all the other books fall in their place. So everyone downstairs just hears this like series of thuds of everyone.
It's not one big thud, so I don't think anything cool's happening.
Jack, bad. Bad on that one.
Oh. Okay. Sorry.
I'm gonna go in there.
Okay.
And you just see like her glasses are kind of just like crooked and stuff from the fall, and she's like rubbing her ass while she's on the floor. Oh, that hurts.
Doing a bit of light reading.
Just looks around at all the books. Light for me, at least?
Your
What?
friend made you a drink. And she hands over the memory, the bittersweet memory.
Oh. She's like looking around to see if there's like a place to kind of just go. "Wee."
This one's quite good. And she holds out her own. Cheers.
Looks at the bubbles. I trust you. Clings the glass before watching Masura go first. She does not want to drink it first before Masura. So.
Yeah, Masura drinks it.
You're right. Now I have to do this again. It'll be a might check for see how this goes. Okay, not awful.
Here, just give me
Okay,
a
not
flat
awful.
D20 actually. Let's just do that.
Oh,
That'll be
flat
more fun.
D20.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have my trampoline with me, but that's fine. 15.
Okay. Yeah. I think she keeps it down. She's good.
Ooh. Certainly not one of the worst, but it still has the punch.
Well, wouldn't be alcohol if it didn't.
I suppose, but usually it's a glass of wine for me, or whiskey, on a serious study night, but not bad.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead. I forgot.
Oh, I was just gonna say I enjoy a glass of whiskey while studying as well sometimes.
Could be, well, maybe the college has influenced me a little bit, but glad to see someone else has good tastes.
I believe I've got a bottle back at my well, where I'm staying currently. Well, maybe you could come over sometime and we could share some.
Would you be stealing from Yose's stash? I imagine the man would have a decent stash.
Well, I mean, I've got my own bottle, but if you would like some of Yossi's, I'm sure we could scrounge something together.
He is very gracious, but I think Yose would be one of the people I don't wish to get upset.
Oh, but he's so much fun when he's upset.
Was there something you wish to discuss, at least for the man in white, or any other business pertaining to that, since you're here?
Oh, I mean, happy to talk about whatever. I just thought I would cash in that rain check from our walk before the party.
There's that, like, moment where she blinks for a second, and then her eyes go wide, and she's like, oh, I am not the most appropriately dressed for a walk.
Doesn't have to be a walk. We can stay here. We can talk instead. Whatever you would like to do.
Well, just looks at the giant mess she made. Maybe walking outside might be best. I'm afraid I limited how much seating space there is inside the study.
Oh, well, I mean, whatever you'd like to do. That's totally fine with me. Can I help you tidy up here before we head out?
Sure. There's just these books so far, so it won't be hard for me to find the pages later, as long as we just put them off the floor. And she'll just start, like, she'll shift to her knees so that she can start, like, grabbing some of the books that had fallen in front of her.
What sort of things are you reading? She grabs a couple of the books as well and starts piling them up.
Well, trying to investigate a little further into the history of the Steel Kings and possible magic affiliations to see what they could possibly be up to. But also investigating further into... And she's trying very hard to figure out how to phrase, like, Shadow Daddy without mentioning said Shadow Daddy. Some magic dives of my own.
Intriguing. Anything you'd like to share? I've been a good listener for a long time. I got my way through college myself, mostly listening to what other people had to say about magical studies.
She's actually a little nervous about showcasing it instead of to just the others, since at least they are all familiar with like the magic she can do. Um, well, it's not the best. I'm still trying to practice it a little bit.
Entirely up to you. I don't want to put you on the spot or anything. I enjoy a good bit of magic.
Fiona takes in a deep breath, and when she exhales out, the creepy crawly smoke like magic will start to like go over her skin, and she'll actually put two symbols up. It's the one that she used for the vortex spell at first for Masura from before, and then she has the other spell that she actually put on the man in white, the symbol of forbiddance, to kind of mirror that reflect of what she saw for Shadow Daddy.
Well, that is very intriguing. Where did you learn those?
Just realized one day I could manipulate the magic a little bit. Thought it was more of, well, something to toy with, play with the space. Just kind of tried going from there. I'm still working on it, but I've gotten a little bit better. Then they start to recede a little bit.
I would say, if this is what you're toying with, it looks like, I'm quite impressed. I'd love to see what you actually trying would be. Those are very intriguing magic.
There's like this burning sensation on her cheeks of like a blush is starting to form, but she's trying really hard not to. Thank you. There's still I need to study a lot of, though, in order to try and get better at it, and more practical applications are necessary. Toying with it outside of a battlefield is not exactly the best environment to test it, but it's a start.
It's a very good start. Do you know what those symbols are? Where did you... Surely you didn't find them in any books.
No. I just sort of made them on my own.
Very intriguing.
Well, it's more of just something that just seemed right. For lack of a better word, at least symbols wise. But I wish to do more further study on it so that I can assist the others. Give them the advantage if they ever need it in battle if I'm not there.
Well, I believe you are more than capable of doing that. If you could come up with these on your own. But do you mind? And she like reaches into her little satchel and pulls out a piece of colored glass, broken on the edges. You would probably recognize what this is. You probably would have seen this before in the colleges. This is a tool oftentimes used to view magic, and like sort of the connections to magic that a person has. It can be used to like diagnose magical illnesses. Like there's lots of use cases of a glass like this. Do you mind if I take a look at you?
Sure. I don't see why not.
She holds it up to her eye and you see she, like, the barest of flinches as she looks at you. And, oh. You're sure these... You didn't see these symbols anywhere else before learning them?
Not to my knowledge, no.
All right. Well, you certainly are interesting. How about that walk?
Just that swift shift of, like, slight flinching to, oh yeah, you're fine. Hey, you want to take that walk? It's just like, Is everything all right?
Yes, yeah. You're very intriguing. More so than I even knew.
It's a word that gets thrown a lot around, or gets thrown around a lot, and it worries me that it's a little too commonplace.
Interesting people are interesting.
Well, I suppose fresh air might help with the magic a little bit and a little walking.
Let's go.
Shall we? All right. I'll walk first downstairs, and try to walk past the others without saying or looking towards them out of embarrassment. So, hi everyone, bye everyone. I'll be back.
Stay out late.
Oh gods.
Ruin doesn't look. He just gives the finger on glass, like, wave goodbye. Like,
Bye, Miss Buttersby.
Just like a hand out of the kitchen door, like, bye.
Got like cake batter and stuff on it. Just
Just flour everywhere.
oh no. And we are outside.
Anywhere around here you'd like to walk to? Or are you all right with following?
Well, I suppose maybe following might be best. Choosing things right now after being in a
Better
bit
view.
of a hobble. Matt!
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
I know you can't resist, you
For like 20
motherfucker.
minutes, just made a joke.
Being locked up in my own study for a while, it'd be nice to look at things that are not expected. A surprise.
Sure. Well, there's plenty of surprises in this city if you know where to look. Let's go this direction. And she leads you off down a number of streets, sort of winding, curving. Any conversation, we can just say, like, general chit-chat kind of conversation, unless there's anything that you want to talk to her about specifically.
Not really at the moment.
She eventually leads you to just a small house. Doesn't really look to be anything too special in and of itself. But make me an insight check.
Ooh. I'm gonna do focused. So we're going to do... Fuck. I forgot my own dice. Hang on. D10. Okay. So that's gonna be this one. And this one. Yep. Oh, that's a hard no. That's a 7.
Okay.
I see a house.
Yeah. You get a general vibe from this place. Still, like, it's not enough to really tell, like, what's going on, but there is a lot of power coming from this house.
Oh damn.
And so she leads you in. And inside, you see what looks to be a house from the outside, seems to be a somewhat renovated interior. And instead of a rooms kind of leading through a house, multiple stories, things like that, it is a large open area with a number of benches sort of lining, not like pews, but just sort of places for people to sit sort of haphazardly in the area. And in the very middle of it all, a small statue of a man that I get you probably. It is an interpretation of the magician, the one of the five gods. It is an artistic rendering. Nobody knows what they really look like, but it is an artistic rendering of the magician. I quite like this place. I'm sure you can feel some of the power here, but it seems to be at the intersection of some of the magic of the world. And all sorts of fun things happen here.
Fun things?
Sure, come here. And so she walks up to the statue. It is standing with its hands out, sort of like in an embrace. And she reaches into her pouch and pulls out a coin and places it on the hand, just a normal coin, just like a pen. Not a U coin. Places it on. Yes.
That was gonna be wild.
I was ready to just go.
Get the red rings.
Places it on the hand, one of the open hands,
Right.
and nothing happens. But she says, "Watch," and she passes her hand over top of it, so your line of sight breaks for a second. And when her hand moves, the coin is gone. Reach behind his ear there.
Just slowly raises her hand like this is a kid's game. Why? It's just she'll reach it behind the ear of the statue.
Yeah, you feel cool metal of a coin. And pull it out.
I will admit, while this is for children, I am still greatly entertained by this as well.
It's very intriguing. This place is known for its minor magical miracles. Used to be a house here, and in the last 20, 30 years or so, has been converted into a temple of sorts, as much as there are temples to the magician. All sorts of strange effects happen like that here.
I'm trying to remember the College of the Acolytes. That is not the magician, correct?
No.
It's a different god.
There are
Just
five
wanted to
gods:
verify.
the Giver,
The lady,
the Lord, the Lady,
the giver.
the Magician, and the Acolyte.
Yep. Okay. Just wanted to
The
verify.
giver is always the one I forget, and I
Yeah.
can't. I don't know why.
It's all good. It's also the Chapel Roan song, which I had this written before there was a Chapel Roan song, but I'm okay with this.
This is the way. Fiona will look over the coin a little bit, kind of reflecting on the coin that she had to give back to Shadow Daddy before she holds it out towards Masura. Well, it certainly feels very much alive with magic. I can only imagine the other miracles that happen here.
All sorts of things. I mean, very minor, but if you're ever in the need for a walk or somewhere to think outside of your study, I find this a great place to ruminate on the nature of magic and all sorts of things like that.
somewhat the same feeling that I get from the Library of the Lady.
A good place?
Otherworldly.
Yes, many many sorts of magical things happen in that library. Well,
I did.
oh, go ahead.
I just didn't think that there would be something like this here. I've been in the city most of my life, but never really looked this hard, I guess.
There's all sorts of things in this city that people overlook. As you can see, there's very few people here. And there's really no one else in this temple of not quite temples.
Yeah. Monsieur, can I ask you a purely academic question?
I love a purely academic question.
Do you think the gods send messengers to us sometimes?
Intriguing. Well, I know the stories say that they have, although usually in the stories they appear before great heroes by themselves. You know, the lady would come and heal a hero on the eve of great battles and things like that, but I suppose they've got messengers of a sort. I've never run into one myself. Communing with mortals is more of a level down from the gods, I suppose. These days, at least.
She'll look up towards the statue of the magician just as, like, the artistic representation of him. Well, while they're not physically here, I'd like to think that you could see them everywhere.
I'd like to think that too.
Or feel their presence.
You can certainly feel it here.
What drew you to the colleges?
Ooh, what draws anyone? Was the most powerful mage in a small town, and you moved to the college to learn something new. I always thought I would go back there and just be the town mage, but life had a different path for me.
I am finding a lot of your answers can be somewhat cryptic, Masura.
Oh. Just a hazard of the trade, I suppose, but I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you have for me. I don't get to talk too often with fellow academics.
I would imagine that with you being at Yose's place, you'd be learning quite a lot about his random trinkets. and
His trinkets.
Stories.
His trinkets are intriguing at best, though most of them are utterly useless. There's all sorts of magic in this world, and far too much of it is being used for frivolity. Not that frivolity can't be fun, but some of it seems a waste.
Could mean everything to those who have it, though.
Sure, and if someone finds use in one of Yosi's trinkets, I suppose that's great, though he tends to find himself selling those to, well, people like Lusor, who are more interested in the collection than the usage. I find there's not much point to magic unless it's being used to make a difference.
I think with hearing that, Fiona actually has a more like relaxed and kind of genuine smile to hearing that. No, I suppose not.
Well, we can continue to spend some time here if you'd like, or anything else you'd like to talk about. We could also head back to the Wyvern and perhaps have another drink.
Do you
Maybe
know of any other...
No, go ahead.
Do you know of any other mysterious places that I don't know about?
I can think of a great number of mysterious places we could potentially find. Though spots like this are fewer and far between in the city. This is the most interesting one that I know of, but there's all sorts of things like this around.
Well, if it's all right with you, I don't particularly wish to go back yet. Getting away from the Wyvern for a little bit is refreshing.
Of course. That's more than all right with me. I've got nothing on for the evening. You know what? Hold on. She, again, reaches into the, like, satchel that she has. It's a very small, like, small purse-sized satchel. And reaching in, she pulls out a bottle of wine that absolutely does not fit in there, sets it down, and then pulls out 2, like, tumblers as well. We could split a drink here if you'd like. I forgot I had this.
Just kind of leans her head a little to like look at the fanny pack sort of thing a little bit. Fascinating.
Oh, well, simple enchantment. It's not quite hard to put together.
I suppose I keep forgetting about the simple things that magic can do to assist us, not the purely academic and theoretical.
Of course. I mean, there's all sorts of practical uses for those sorts of things. I find the magic of practicality is much better than some of the theoretical things that the colleges like to pursue.
Well, I think a glass of wine would be nice. And she'll sit down on the, like, one of the benches, just to kind of smooth out her skirts a little bit.
Wonderful. I'll pour. And she grabs the bottle and, like, not touching it, kind of, like, moves her hand around it and twists, and the cork just kind of pops right out. And she... you notice, as she does, the cork vanishes. Much like the coin did when you looked away. Well, shit. One of the problems of drinking in a place like this, I suppose. Sometimes your cork disappears on you. Check behind the ear, will you?
She's gonna get up and, like, walk towards the statue again, just thinking it's in the same spot.
What is... Taylor is losing it, and I'm so curious what she's...
She's like, this is in one of my books.
Probably.
Is
Oh
it
no, I
bad that
lost my cork.
Is it bad that my brain immediately went, don't take your eyes off the drink, she's gonna slip something in your mouth.
Jesus Christ! This is supposed to be a happy episode.
You never know what's gonna happen.
Maybe she's
No,
gonna take
I know where the
secret mysterious.
I have an idea on where the cork went, but it's not worth me spending a Fabula point to say where it went.
Yikes. Yikes.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
It is not
This
behind
is
the
one of
ear.
your books, isn't it? Oh. Well, I I guess it's not exactly in the last spot then.
Well, all sorts of strange things happen here. It'll show up or it won't, and worst case, we just have to drink the bottle.
Oh dear. Kind of subtly tries to reach for the other ear just to see if it's on the other ear of the statue.
Nothing.
Oh, well. I suppose you're right. And she'll walk back over towards the bench just to sit down.
She goes to pour, and as you, like, she's looking at you, and as you walk past, you both look down, and the glasses are now gone. Well,
Oh.
shit. This was a much better idea originally in my head. Shall we? She takes a big swig just from the bottle and hands it to you.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm not usually used to the wine without a glass, but it goes to the same place anyway, I suppose, and just takes this, like, big swig and coughs a little from consuming a little too much too fast before, giving the bottle over. Ooh. Sorry.
All good. This is a personal favorite of mine, but it is a little dry.
Well, it was a thoughtful idea to bring to this walk.
Oh, well, I find this bag has so many practical things you can toss in a bag like this when going on a walk with a new friend.
I feel a little bad that I don't have anything to bring either to this. Although, to be honest, with this trend of things going missing, I'm kind of glad I didn't.
Well, yes, of course, and you brought your sparkling personality, so you've brought plenty.
I don't know if the personality is much of something to bring.
It's working for me.
Beautiful face.
Working for you?
Oh, just enjoying this conversation.
Oh. Well, I'm glad. I worry sometimes my rambling can be a bother. I know sometimes my very academic thinking can stress poor Ruin out a little bit. And
Well.
sometimes Fiona. Wow, not Fiona. I'm afraid the liquor went to me already.
Well, here, have another drink. She hands you the bottle again.
Oh, God!
And you forget.
She knows.
I too came up through the colleges, and I spend my share of time listening to many an academic lecture, and it's much more fun to hear you ramble than it is to hear some of those professors drone on.
Takes like another swig. Not as much this time, so she doesn't choke on it. Well, I know I am not necessarily the fun type, hands the bottle back over, but I am very happy that I was fortunate enough to meet the others. And Yossi and Alucarn and Lusor and you.
Well, I mean, I'm very fortunate to have met all of you as well. If not, I might still be locked in that Steel King's warehouse, but prior to that, in addition to that, it's been wonderful to meet you, specifically.
I still wish I was able to remember a little bit more about us meeting at the colleges, to be honest.
All in due time, I suppose. There's not that much to share, but it's possible that we could recount what happened at some point.
That has me a little bit worried, Masura.
Why?
Being left with a foggy, clouded memory of the past is uncomfortable.
I suppose it is, yes. Hazard of the job. Trick of the trade. It's not you. This happens with everyone I meet.
They forget.
If I don't prevent it.
Will I have to worry about forgetting you again?
Of course not.
You sound so sure.
Well, I'm not that forgettable, am I?
And the blush will come back to her cheeks this time with a small smile. No, you're not.
Well, good. And I don't want you to forget this time. She takes a big sip.
Over.
Takes a big sip and hands back the bottle.
I was gonna say she takes another big sip of the bottle. Well, would you like to go for some food, by chance? Unless your bag has other accoutrements?
Sadly, nothing exciting and fun like the wine. Might have a couple crackers or something, but I would love to go grab a bite.
Well, you follow me then, as I take you to my favorite spot.
Sounds great. Lead on.
She'll stand up and then start walking towards the door to kind of lead the way for Masura.
She follows.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't have anything specific planned, but we can end it there if you wish.
Yeah.
In case the others want to do anything.
Yes. You two head off into the night to get your bite to eat. When does Fiona return to the Wyvern?
I think it would be definitely the sunset. It probably would have been a few hours. I imagine that they were probably talking a lot of academics and, theories and hypotheses and so on. And she'll go back towards, the front of the door for the Wyvern. Well, I certainly had a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed the little restaurant that I picked.
One of the best I've been to.
I just thought of something.
Yes?
She's gonna reach her hand out, and she's actually gonna look for the cork behind Masura's ear, just out of pure curiosity to see if it's there.
As you reach behind, yeah, it is. It is back there. And you pull it out in a way that doesn't really kind of boggles the mind as to how it could have been there. It's not there until you are holding it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at that.
I only thought of it just now. If it wasn't behind the statue, maybe it was behind one of us. And she holds the cork out to try give it back to Masura since it was her wine bottle.
She takes it back. Give me just a flat d20, just real quick.
Oh Jesus! Uh-oh. All right, here we go. Oh wow, 17.
Okay. So she takes it back, and you sort of remember that you definitely finished the wine. The bottle has been long since left behind, but she tucks the cork away into a pocket.
I know we finished the wine, but it was your bottle of wine after all.
Well, and this will be a great thing to keep for the memory.
The memory?
Oh, just to remember this night by. It was such a good time.
It was good. I don't usually go out like this too often.
Well, I'm glad that it wasn't a total waste of time or too much of a distraction from your books.
To think it's a waste of time would be rude. I thoroughly enjoyed our time together, Masura.
Good. As did I. I hope we can do this again sometime. Maybe next time I can swing by and we can have a study date. You can show me what you're working on and maybe we can share some theories or something. And I would love to see more of that symbol magic.
It will take a little time, but I thoroughly plan to make new ones to show you.
Good. I can't wait. Well, have a good rest of your night, and I will talk to you soon.
Thank you. And have a good night's sleep, Masura.
I'm sure I will.
Fabula point now.
Hey, if you want to, I'm not gonna argue against it.
No.
No. This is the fan service you asked for, Matt.
I'm here. I'm down for a slow burn. I don't need a Fabula point it to Fast and the Furious levels.
I think with saying goodnight, hold on. Okay. Fiona will nervously start to like reach her hand out. Spider Queen, stop! And she'll reach out to touch her arm where she had put the symbol before, like when they were at the fight at the mansion. Good night.
Good night. And you've been spending a good amount of time this evening with her, and I think you can tell that her like she's way warmer than she has been at any other point in the night. She is flushed. It's hard to tell that she's flushed because she's a beastkin with fur, but she is quite flushed.
You're
She's
oddly
ready to make
warm.
biscuits.
Matt! You're oddly warm. Are you all right?
Yes. Quite good. And she leans in and kisses Fiona on the cheek.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
I
hope that wasn't too forward.
hold on. I just need to see if I'm just gonna do an insight roll really quickly. Give me a second. Oh damn. she's very stunned just from, it's not too forward, like not nearly to that extent, but just surprised at such a sweet gesture. And in a panic, Fiona leans forward and presses a kiss on Masura's cheek before quickly leaning back. Good night. And she'll quickly run into the door so she can go inside.
How strange.
That door was locked an hour ago, so it doesn't.
It's too early.
You're too early. All right, well, if it's locked and Matt's spending the Fabula point instead.
No.
Damn it!
It's just a joke.
It's very good.
The door's open.
Like, frantically goes in, turns around. Good night. Just closes the door quickly.
Good night. And Masura goes on her way. All right.
Fiona's just inside, forehead on the door, and just face is full-blown red from both the wine and what just happened.
Is anybody else there? I mean, I assume that it is like peak hours for the Wyvern, so there's probably a good number of other people there, but are any of you all there and would like to
Oscar
join?
is in the same fucking seat.
Ruin?
Or Ruin. No, sorry, a Ruin. Yeah.
Oscar? Who the fuck is Oscar?
This is what happens when I'm looking at two screens at once.
Yep.
Sorry, Ruin. I got too many tabs open. Ruin is still in the same seat. Actually, hold on. Might. We gotta see. Are you drunk from all of what Saoirse's feeding you? Oh, not a good start.
Oh.
What's the other dice gonna be? 10. He's friendly
Fine.
buzzed.
Yeah.
Buzzed.
Fine. Yeah.
I think with that,
Saoirse would be.
what's she doing?
Saoirse's just running around, like, waiting on tables and stuff.
Mhm.
Sees Fiona. And is just. Too many plates!
I think not recognizing that Saoirse's on the floor, she's gonna quickly try to, like, dip in between everybody walking and the tables to try and get to the chairs. You alright there, Taylor?
Yeah, my cat just jumped up on the shelf next to me and scared the crap out of me.
I was like, it was either a human or a cat. Someone has snuck up on Taylor.
She quickly hurries towards the stairs to go to her room.
Welcome back.
Fiona, help! We're busy!
I just need a minute. I'm a little drunk. Goodbye. Keeps hurrying up the stairs.
All right. Well, ending out that scene, we will jump into our next one. But first, I think we will go ahead and take our break. So we will be back in 5 minutes-ish, and then we will continue
Taylor's
with
already
scenes.
gone.
Yeah, Taylor, peace out. Yes.
Aw, you kitty.
Stick with us. We will be back in 5 minutes after our break with more of the scenes, more of the things here. Until then, enjoy your bathroom snacks. Do all the good stuff. We'll see you in a few.
Hope I see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Don't go away.
Hello, we're back. We did it. 5 minutes. That was actually probably the closest fucking we've ever been to actually hitting that directly in 5 minutes.
We nailed it.
Cool.
Nailed it.
Well, we are back from our break. Before we left, Fiona had a extended rest scene with Masura. Got into some cuteness, doing some fun things. Matt?
What bond you making?
Yeah.
We
So that's
forgot
the
there's
question.
mechanical.
Yeah, there's a mechanical piece to
benefits
this.
to our shipping.
Okay, so there's Masura.
Also,
And
Taylor, that is horrifying. What is in your mouth? Stop it! Ah!
It's a sticks thing, but it's like exactly the same shape
the candy. It's
It's
like a
the same
sherbet candy
colour.
with like
Okay.
it's like a gummy
Okay.
outside with a sherbet inside.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
I
just
like how you
happened
put
to-
your hand behind it, as if your hand behind it wouldn't have already done the trick.
We all know I'm not the brightest person, okay?
That was
We're
incredible.
neurodivergent trail mix, as Conlon pointed out last week. So
Yeah.
we're special. So she's gonna have Masura, and she's going to do affection.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Ooh.
What? No. I thought it was the right amount of cute.
No, it's cute. It is.
Oh, for my crit success earlier,
Ooh.
favor.
Ooh.
My action earns you someone's support or admiration.
Okay. Yeah, I think it fits that Masura definitely like knows that you make good drinks now, and like he has a little bit more of a respect for you for making something that was so delicious.
Nice. Yeah.
Missoura now has a bond of affection with
The wyvern.
Your drinks specifically, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not me.
no,
Not
the
me.
drinks.
What a wild bond. Not Saoirse. Saoirse's drinks.
Yeah.
Drinks.
Sorry.
It's very specific. Did anybody else have any ideas for scenes they wanted to do?
I don't have an idea for a scene, but I have an idea of what Teddy's been doing, and if that leads to something, then we'll see what happens. But this is kind of what. So over the 3 months, we'll just do like a vignette over the whole thing. She has been slowly getting into like a routine of like living life in the tavern with it running and doing all the bits and pieces to make sure that things are going. She just feels comfortable and happy in this moment. She's gone to whenever Saoirse or Ruin, because she knows that Fiona takes care of her things. Whenever they go out and do bits and pieces and come back with tears and holes in their clothing, Teddy is secretly grabbing all those bits and pieces, mending them all, and then returning them back to them. And she's taken that as like one of her new little jobs, because everyone deserves a worthy piece of clothing. And if you take care of it, it'll last you longer.
I'm Mom's favorite. I don't make her do extra work. Yeah. I'm the favorite child. No.
You just get like a little note on top of like or everything that I like. Whenever I drop everything off to you, it's just a little love heart. It's just like you're just like I don't need to worry. But she's very much just enjoying the kind of like the humdrum of what has become this very quaint, special, sweet life that she's like cultivated.
Aww.
Can Ruin walk into the room when she is in the middle of sewing something up?
Yes.
Yeah, either you could do that like sewing something up or her returning the item like into your room
yes.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Like so it's like a bump into situation.
Mhm.
Bye.
Stop it.
I have 2 Fabula points ready, so you better get ready.
All of us loaded up our Fabula points into the shipping guns.
Like, Conlon, I know you have an amazing story for us to do. I get it. But this is a little bit more important right now. It's
Fine with me.
I
I don't care what this game is.
So is this what you meant? Did you get a lot of practice from all of the ripped dresses at the end of a good party?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's always something I've been good at. And I want to find I'm enjoying making myself quite useful. I hope you don't mind. Is she like very slow? Like she was like just regularly walking. Now she's very slowly putting down the pile of clothing. Like
No. Fine by me. I mean, Yeah, especially if you're enjoying it, you know.
Very much. I have quite a many useful talent that seems to be not in a bad way, but replaced by magic in a way of sorts. And so it's nice to just be able to do some things.
Yeah, could see that. Like when you found the dishwasher the first time.
Yes. That there I won't complain about.
That one can be left. No gripes about losing dishwashing time.
No, I would be very happy to keep that one around.
Good. I was going to just head out on the town, do a little bit of scouting and eavesdropping. If you wanted to join.
Oh. Yes, I would love that. Are we heading somewhere I haven't been before, or somewhere I have?
It's a
I have an
sawdust
outfit
bar.
for each occasion.
I recommend one if you're gonna live up to your statement that a good party ends with ripped clothes. I'd wear something you don't mind getting torn. This place is a little more rough and tumble.
Interesting. All right. When do I need to be ready by?
I mean, whenever. I was gonna leave like right now, but I can wait.
Yeah, give me 15? And that's a
Sure.
lie.
Like Ruin's doing Teddy math in his head. It's just like, okay, yep.
Yeah. She, in fact, picks up the cookies that she was dropping off at the same time, and just instead of leaving them there, hands them to you as a distraction, and then will run out of the room to get ready. And yeah, doesn't take too long, maybe like half an hour or something like that before she's back downstairs.
She comes back down. She would walk past Ruin's room, and he is just punching a heavy bag. Since the one thing that has happened since the party at Lusor's is that Ruin has very much taken the train and get better to heart, and so there is very much like a heavy bag, and like I'm having him go full anime training ridiculous, and there's a heavy bag, and then there's also just like a log that he chains up to the ceiling, and he just punches wood because it's anime and you don't break your knuckles when you're doing an anime training montage.
No, absolutely not. As I was kind of rushing past thinking you were downstairs, and I kind of do like that skidding place, and I'm like, oh, I'm ready.
Oh, good. I'm just warming up in case there's a need.
Should
Let's
I
go.
warm up? Okay, let's go. I do like, as I like going down, I like lift my knees as I'm running down the stairs. I'm like, good enough.
I'm sure you'll be fine. Yeah, Ruin is gonna take Teddy to one of his old like dive bar main places, and he's doing this combination of like sort of using the what is the skill, tavern talk, and like just talking with people, figuring out like what's going on. Is there any news about the man in white? Is there any news about like what happened at Lusor's? Like he's trying to keep an ear to the ground on that stuff, but he's also trying to do the like negging approach to getting people over to the Wyvern, and but like this bar sucks. You should go to the Wyvern instead, and like leaves Irish goodbye. But I think with this one, he's sort of testing the waters a bit with Teddy, and is seeing how she interacts with a party that is very much the opposite of what they went to with Lusor's. It is sawdust on the floor. There's a fighting pit in the middle of the bar. People like bet money on just literally there's no fights planned. It's just that guy looked at me funny and we're going in the ring and there's a round of betting, and like it's a very much that kind of seedy establishment. Just wants to see what she's like in this environment.
Let me think. so Teddy will walk in. She's probably got her arm linked through yours as we enter the bar, and she takes a look around, and like she like takes a big deep breath in as she looks, and as she relaxes, you notice like her posture kind of relax for a moment, and she is looking not alert, but like she's taking in the room more than anything, because this is definitely new to her, but she's intrigued as we enter.
Not your usual spot.
Not somewhere I have been before, but I've only had so many opportunities to visit so many places before things changed, and so I'm glad to be here now, then.
Good. He orders
get
a
a
couple of
drink.
like really shitty beers, because that's
Yeah.
all they have is really
Yeah.
shitty beers.
Let's
You
see.
said
What
that
is
those-
it? What is a drink for like? What's a roll for like if she's gonna like beer?
Ooh. I don't know.
Just give me a
Probably,
d20.
like,
Luck roll.
Yeah,
Just
just
a
give me a
D20?
flat
Okay.
d20.
13. She doesn't mind it, and for it being shit beer, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Cool, easy. She just is enjoying the atmosphere and the drink. So are you going to get in that straw pile later?
Probably. Yeah. That's usually what I do. Yeah.
How many more of these do we need?
Oh, I could go right now. It's more a matter of finding the right asshole that needs his teeth kicked in. That's really the art to it.
Oh, I see. We'll keep an eye out then, I guess.
Because you get all types in here. I mean, you don't get the real bad kind, but you get the, the guys who just needed a check.
Mm. And we spend a few minutes looking around for the asshole, or just enjoying our night and waiting for an asshole to appear.
Exactly. Out of curiosity, who are your people?
My people.
We were at Lusor's and you said that you are familiar with those kinds of people, but they're not your people. You like parties,
I
you
don't
like
remember
dancing.
you're talking about. Haley doesn't remember. What was this? What
you
happened?
just felt. You feel like you fit in with the rich.
Yes. I mean, it's where I grew up. How I grew
But
up.
they're. But you wouldn't call them your people.
I never truly felt like I fit in with the general crowd. I was always more willing to get out and do hard work in the kitchens, learn as much as I could about each part of the establishments that we were visiting, versus just enjoying the lap of luxury like a lot of my family was. My sister particularly was very much her people. Like, I enjoy the parties, I enjoy the drinks, but it's very, very one-dimensional.
You don't really get to know people.
Definitely not. Not their true selves, they're too worried about rumors.
What was the worst rumor that ever got said about you?
Oh, about me?
Yeah.
Gosh, I was gonna say I have a really good rumor, but it's not about me. Well, I don't know. Was said about me, or that is true about me? Are rumors always true, or are they just when they're spread about people that they're not about?
I would just say a rumor's a rumor. Whether or not it's true or false, that's kind of the point of a rumor, right?
That's true. Oh gosh, I don't even know. Oh, let's say, okay, I came up with something, but Haley came up with something. Fuck that. Yes, awful rumor that came up was one of the wives of a rich man down the street. She thought I was trying to learn to read in his school just to take him away from her. that was hectic. That was a very embarrassing moment. I know. Clutch pearls. What a scandalous action. But it was all cleared up pretty quickly. We were able to kind of throw her under the bus. Really.
What'd you say about her?
Well, she was trying to poison her husband. So the rich are very bored.
I'm getting that. That's what a plot twist.
Yes.
She wanted him dead. Still cared about who he was sleeping. Just wild. Really
Well, no,
wild.
I think that it was for his money. And if he left her
and
it was with me,
got it.
Then not get the money. They're just a big roundabout of situations.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Have you ever
Makes
had a
sense.
rumor about you? In your friend groups or communities that you were a part of and thoroughly thrived in. I lean forward, my hand. Tell me about your community, the family you've made. Well, what about the world that you would say you're a part of then? If the rich are one world, what is the world you are a part of?
Right now, it's the Wyvern.
Well, that's nice. Me too, I guess. Did I tell you that I found a family tree?
You hadn't? No.
I learned one of two options. There could be many more, but I haven't really thought about them. Is one, that at some point I return and my life continues from that point. Or there is someone else that is living my life back at that point, and I am replaced.
Whoa.
Right?
Which one do you want it to be?
I don't know. I originally thought I wanted to return and that I could use this time to just do whatever I pleased and wanted, and that's why I joined the Steel Kings and got this tattoo. And then I've kind of grounded myself in the moment, and I don't know if I want to go back.
Well, it's weird time magic, so who even knows?
Yes, I think we'll worry about it when it comes to it, but it definitely has been a worry.
Don't worry about bridges you're not at yet.
Easier said than done, but I will do my best.
And speaking of bridges not at yet, yes, there is a rumor. And this one should probably stay pretty tight-lipped.
Mum's the word.
You haven't figured out where I got my armor from, have you?
No, I figured you were born with it or something magical like that.
It's wild armor.
Like from the forest?
From the wild. The guards that are assholes.
Oh. Are you one of them, or did you take it?
You could call it dishonorably discharged for murdering your team.
This is Haley's reaction, not Teddy's. Teddy is composed and looking thoughtfully at Ruin. What happened?
Something went wrong. And it went really wrong because this armor isn't supposed to be on me. If you break your oath, it's supposed to melt off.
But it's still there.
It's still here.
Maybe you didn't break your oath then. Maybe there was some sort of loophole crossover thing, and maybe you were doing the right thing.
The team I was in were not good. guys. And I'm thinking that you're right, but I've never been able to prove it, and so I keep a low profile because I am technically persona non grata.
Sure what that means, but I imagine it's a secret.
It's sort of jam him in a jail cell for the rest of his existence without food and water kind of person.
Well, we're not letting that happen no matter what. So, do you want this armor off, or would you prefer to prove your innocence?
It's useful, and apparently color theory counts for a lot, because as long as it's not blue, no one's clocking it, so
Yes.
I've managed thus far.
So, I guess we need to somehow figure out how to prove your innocence then.
Nah, not important.
Not important? Alright.
No.
Then I'll just keep it a secret. And
You
pay
told me a
attention
bunch of
when the
shit.
wild are around.
Yeah,
Alright,
you told
shit
me a
was
bunch of
boring.
shit. Figure, nah. You told me about a murder plot. I told you about murder plot. Murder plot for
That's-
murder plot. There you
That
go.
is very true. That is very true. Do you want to see something impressive?
Always.
Can Teddy try and do that knife hand thing?
Yeah, 100% to her or to
Yes!
Ruin.
To me, I'll do it
Okay.
to myself.
All right. Ruin's offering a hand for sure if he gets the point, if he figures out what's going on here.
What is that game called?
I don't know.
Being a moron with a
Knife
knife.
finger?
Don't do it,
Yeah.
cat.
Don't,
All right.
don't.
Do this.
Here's your knife. Get to it.
It's called Five Finger Fillet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
FFF for when you stick yourself. So
Yeah, and I'm
Roll
gonna
me-
encourage myself.
Okay. Yeah. Roll me a
I
dexterity
could do it.
dex check.
Yeah, I'm upping my dex to a D10.
Nice.
I could do it. I could do it.
It's a bit more of a confident psych up. Like, watch what I can do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fuck! Okay, that is. Oh, I thought it was two sixes, but it's a 6 and a 9. What is that? 9, 10, 11, 12,
Ooh.
13,
15.
Nice.
15.
Nice.
21. No.
Okay. And then
Shut up.
make me a willpower check.
Okay, that's 2 more D10. 8, 9, 10, 12. 12.
Okay. Rad. Cool. So the first check was for how it gets started, and the second check is for how it ends. So
it starts off way more confident than
Yeah.
it ends, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
so
on brand for the game, though.
Teddy
Yeah.
starts, and she, kind of like knife between each finger, going, starts getting, is a little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little bit faster, until everyone involved is very surprised at how fast this is going and how well it's going. Like, Ruin, I think, is just like, holy shit. And like, Teddy, even, you're like, oh my god, this is working. And so you do manage, the last one was to see if you had like the nerve of like stopping without accidentally stabbing yourself. But yeah, you sort of, it goes for a little bit longer than you mean for it to, as you're like trying to like, you're like, if I break this rhythm at
It's like-
all.
There's like 7 people that are just like kind of watching.
Yeah.
Like just looking.
This is a weird first date.
But yeah,
Knife
you
play and everything.
managed to get it out, and you're good. You pull
I'm so
out of it.
But that was. I wish I'd failed at least one of those rolls, but that worked
That
out.
would have been funny.
Just missing a finger.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I like throw the knife up and catch it as the last part, and then I shoot
All right.
it away.
Give me a willpower dex check.
Okay.
I just say that.
I thought I could add it as a part of it.
No.
Right into the hand. I was so close. Why did I go
I
for
got
the
it.
flourish?
I got a 10.
Okay, you
A 7 and a 3.
you toss the
7
knife
plus
up.
3, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I can
Yeah,
math.
you toss the knife up and go to catch it, and you catch it just fully by the blade. It does not cut you, but like you definitely didn't mean to do that. But you are now holding the blade of the knife.
I keep my shit cool when I put the knife away blade first.
All right.
Fuck yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're about to go into the ring. I don't have anything else to offer, so I thought it's just a little party trick.
No, I mean, yeah, way my heart rate is. I need to fight or dance, something.
What else is Ruin
I know a way
thinking?
we can get both of those done at the same time. Now, how much am I to bet on you?
Ooh, no, I wouldn't say. Whatever's fun, you know, betting where like as long as it's assumed you're gonna lose and you won't be mad.
I meant more what is appropriate in an establishment like this.
Oh, kind of read the room, because sometimes we get fucking little like chintzy assholes from like the colleges and stuff. They're like, I got paid. Let's, you know, they think they could throw magic in here, and then they take a chair to the face and they learn out real fast that they forgot to learn a shield spell.
Ah, I see. So, is 100 pence too much? 50 pence? Are we looking at more like 5 or 10? Or,
probably in that zone. Yeah.
This is what I'm asking for. All right, nice, excellent, thank you.
20 on a hot night.
Ooh. Teddy chokes, and then she is going to finish the beer and grab 2 more.
Teddy's like, 30. It's a very hot night.
It is a hot night, exactly. She's like, okay, she's trying to figure out what a hot night means, and so then there was too many thoughts, and then more beer. She comes over, she's like finished half her glass already, and she puts that one down.
We'll just hop in the ring. All right, I'm bored. Who wants to fight?
Teddy, what's your bet?
I will put down 20 pence.
Okay, 20. All right.
I'm gonna botch this so bad. Just watch.
It's okay. I believe in you. I will encourage you, my darling.
Oh my gosh.
I'm kind of tempted to just be the player. Just botched rolls against botched rolls.
The 2 worst rollers in the cast.
Yeah! Only if you're up for it, Matt.
You with your trampoline dice and mine with my teeny tiny dice.
I'll do it. Hold on. It's right here. Whoops. Well, there goes my green screen, but that's okay. We got the trampoline dice to go for it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So Ruin steps into the ring, shouts, "Who's ready to fight?" And the first contender who steps up is
Teddy. No.
Yeah, Teddy jumps in. Definitely not a fight, not a dance, but a secret third option that Teddy's choosing right now.
Third option.
Right here in public. Incredible. So first contender is like just a dock worker, pretty thick, like muscular, you know, sinewy, carries around a lot of boxes all day, but like probably not a great fighter. So Ruin, give me a might check.
Because I've been encouraged, that's D12s.
Nice.
And chat, stop complimenting me. I can't handle that right now.
No.
Matt's so hot right now.
Because so hot right now. Because
what Teddy said to encourage you was, "It is a hot night. I promise."
Because I cannot help thirst trapping my cast members. 100% Ruin is like no armor, like sweaty shirt. So it's very much the like opening of Sherlock Holmes, like bare knuckle, bare chested, like box matching. Yeah, discombobulate. Yeah, for sure. Might with D12. Holy fuck, 19.
Amazing.
12 on one of them.
All right, yeah. Give me Mel, give me a just 2d8s. Might, but your might for this character is going to be 2d8s.
Okay, 2D. Nope. That's
Literally not possible for this to be beaten. But
I
I guess
just had
technically a
a
crit. Yeah.
If she crits.
Well,
yes.
That's gone in the ether. The trampoline is not an option for this roll.
All the
that's
people that own a
6.
trampoline dice roller.
It was an
That's not
impulse
okay.
investment. Shut up. Anyway,
Truly insane, and I love it.
Yeah.
14.
Okay.
Good roll.
I did okay.
So yeah, this first guy, Ruin, just you like.
Oof.
I want to say that it's like a good fight, but it's not. He like swings at you, you duck, and one blow to the chin just fucking glass jawed. This dude's on the ground.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, he he stands back up. You help him up. It's a very friendly fight right now,
yes,
right?
For sure.
You get him back up. And second contender jumps into the ring. You get a 2 for tonight. And this,
Ooh.
Get
Yeah.
Ruin.
Do it.
so this guy, a little bit
the
tougher
sides.
looking, though not as like sinewy, not as like just like cables for arms kind of guy. This one seems to be a little bit more. You can kind of see that look in his eye of like he's been in a fight before. He definitely knows how to fight. This isn't just some dude who thinks he's gonna beat the shit out of you because he's bigger than you. And so
knows how to fight.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me your roll, Ruin.
D10s now.
You are
because
encouraged again.
I'm encouraged again. You're like, we're not in a fight. It's downtime. Mind points for days. Here we go. Not in the box. Oh my god.
What's the point of having this power if I can't use it for good?
I think Teddy is motivating Ruin because that is an 18 now.
Teddy gives a little wink to Ruin, and all of the blood rushes to Ruin's head.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
His other
Pink
head.
face.
Yeah. Give me. This one's gonna be a
His big brain.
2d10. Taylor.
Okay.
This guy's a little bit better of a fight. So Taylor, let me know what you get.
Taylor's gonna crit. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you crit?
No.
All right.
Yeah.
So-
she does.
What did you roll, Matt?
I got 2.
I rolled an 18.
18. And then Taylor, what'd you roll?
I got 2 10s.
Shit, damn. That's like a top level crit too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It
It's
happens.
Okay. Nursing someone's wounds is way hotter than celebrating someone's victory.
Honestly, some of the best slow burning romances has come when one of them
So-
is injured. Wah.
Ruin. This guy catches you off guard a little bit. A lot of the people that you fought in this place before have been more like that first guy. Much more just like, I think I can fight someone, and like Ruin has actual training, and so like it's usually not too big of an issue to just like put somebody down. This guy knows a little bit better. He's clearly a little bit more informed on the ways of fighting. So as you go in, it starts out pretty slow. You're circling each other, starting to get like a lay of the land, which is a little different to begin with already. Most people just kind of come out swinging against Ruin because they're like, I can take this dude. This guy doesn't. So as you get in, a couple jabs here and there, punches coming in. You're pretty evenly matched. Nothing too crazy. You just misjudge half a second of a punch, and it catches you right in the nose. It is just a straight up blood gush, head back. Yeah. And as you kind of fall back a little bit, as you stumble back from this punch, a little tired after this longer fight, You can see your opponent is also tiring out a little bit. You hear in your head the assistant.
Hey.
I think I've run some of the numbers on the man in white and how he moved so quickly. Do you want to see what we can do?
This poor schmuck.
Fuck
Yeah, fucking
yes.
knocked me up, bro. What is this?
So we'll go ahead and introduce what this is.
Oh no.
So we are wild that you actually mentioned this already. We are rolling 0 powers into this game from the High Fantasy Atlas. So
Lol Spider Queen, you were asking about limit break mechanics. That's the 0 powers from the High Fantasy Atlas.
Limit breaks.
You
So
got limit breaks?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna there's actual mechanics around this, and we'll introduce them a little bit more like once we're actually in like a conflict scene and you want to use one of these. But I am I'm pulling the I'm the GM and I get to do whatever the fuck I want move, and I'm railroading you on these a little bit to begin with. If you would like to change them, we can figure this.
Thingies.
These are your dream sequences. So Matt, you can go ahead and write this down. You'll all learn which ones you have as you go. Your trigger is revenge.
Oh.
It will fill, you can write down, it will fill 3 slots per trigger, which 0 break typically means that you have to fill a 6 segment clock before it is activatable.
So his was like a 0 break because he had that clock before it popped off.
Mhm.
Okay.
And
My devil trigger.
this activates whenever you enter crisis for the first time during a scene. That is your trigger. And then rule-wise, generally, 0 powers also you fill 1 section when you spend a Fabula point for a trade or a bond. You fill 1 section every time you lose hit points unless it's self-inflicted, so you can't use your attack yourself, but whenever you take hit points. And then you can also fill 3 when you enter crisis for the first time in a scene. So you now have a crisis ability. And
Nice.
prescripted again, your 0 power is 0 blitz. So because of your choices, because you chose the power and then
blade.
sword, what's fucking wild is that this is exactly the same thing that I gave to the man in white. Like, I gave him this 0 power, so you've done the anime thing where you're like, I understand it now, and you're doing
now. I am Ichigo.
Yes. So your 0 power
Silas from Heroes.
Yeah. Your 0 power is Ancient Sovereign's Storm. It is the same name as the one that the man in white has. And you immediately perform a free attack with each weapon you have equipped. If you only have 1 weapon equipped, it deals 20 extra damage. And if you have more than 1 weapon equipped, you gain a +5 bonus to the accuracy check for each attack. So I will send you the text of this. But here's what we see. Make me 2 might checks.
Nice. I think these, because it's out of turn, these are back down to D10s.
Yeah.
Even though the encourage happened. So that's an 11 on the first one. 19, 10, and a 9.
Incredible.
I'm not critting, but I'm rolling really well.
Yeah. So we're dropping into like a very, very minor conflict scene here as you just get your absolute shit rocked. You hear this from the assistant, and you feel something new. Not your power for sure. Not the power of whatever thing you're like embodying, but like something from the assistant and something old. And as it takes
from Teddy.
Yeah.
Yes, that wink.
So what were your high rolls on each of those? Do you remember?
High roll was a 10 on one of them and a 7 on the other one.
Okay. So you get knocked back, you stumble back into Teddy, like into the like ring where Teddy's standing.
The ring,
and
dab the blood from your nose.
As you do, you lean back in, and just time slows for a second as you move faster than anybody in the room can tell. You are within this guy's guard, so close for these 2 punches to land. You hit one right into the solar plexus and the other one just as an uppercut with your other hand, and he goes down. Just immediate knockout. And yeah, that's you take him out. Everybody kind of in the ring, like you hear like it's very Sherlock Holmes, actually. That like is a great call of his, like
ringing.
So like you have your moment of like, oh, I'm gonna fuck this up, and like you get back in there and you kind of see like everybody's like still cheering, and then everyone just has a moment of like, like what the fuck just happened? And Teddy, what you see is Ruin stumbles back into you and is gone. And in that second that he is gone, he is in the guard of this other guy, within punching, like, you know, inside of his arms that are up, and has flattened him out before you really can even blink. And
can I add one detail that I think would be fun that Teddy sees?
Absolutely.
Ruin has really like pretty pale skin. And there's those little like black nodules, the black-red nodules where like the armor follows the bone. Teddy sees like in the pulse line, it looks like liquid mercury. Like it's just silver that goes like with that pulse that like shunts him into adrenaline speed, and then he's gone. That was really
I'm cheering.
Cool.
I'm the only one cheering, I guess.
Well, that was interesting.
That was.
Good to know that that's how that works. Maybe if we get a more...
Did you not know what was going to happen when you just turned that on?
Oh, I had a theory.
I will be mad when the next theory is less cool. So just keep that good work going.
You gave me a little piece of the Man in White, and I extrapolated from there.
Good to know. I'll help the guy up. Got lucky there. Sorry about that. You're good. Fucking next drink on me, and to like just points to him and like to the bar to make sure there are no hard feelings for what was clearly cheating by all honor code of a brawl.
He gets up, kind of dusts himself off. Well, that was quick movement on your part. I'll take you up on that drink.
I am light on my feet.
Something like that, eh? He kind of gives you a knowing look, like a very interested, like he knows that you did something. Not sure what it was, but definitely is like.
He doesn't have any Steel King tattoos on him, does he?
He does not. No, he. As you kind of like pick him up, though, you kind of you do the thing where you like you grasp hands, like you pick him up and you like grab him on the shoulder, and as you like kind of hit his shoulder, you kind of realize for the first time, like these are adventuring arms. Like this dude's like he is like you. Like he's built in the way that's like, oh, this is like muscle that has been used. He's got some like good scars. Like he's strong.
This is the first interaction between the A-team story that's happening in the background to the B-team story.
Yes.
You just met one of the people in the story.
This
Incredible.
Is the other team's edgelord, and yes.
This is when the animation team decided to add Ruin to it, and we get hot, sexy, deep space, whatever the fuck sort of graphics with Ruin.
I love the idea that in like the meta version of this guy's head, he's like, why did he get the full animation going? That was that's not the screen dimmed. It was
That's not
Teddy in the background is just 2 dots as eyes and a big feather just poking out.
the fucking Gojo train sequence.
Incredible.
I would like to collect my winnings.
Yeah, we'll give you 60 pence off that. You won 2 things, so It's like 40 more, 20, 60 total off of your $20
Yes.
bid. So,
Yeah.
That was pretty lucrative for you. How you gonna?
It was.
You gonna treat
I'm
me to
gonna
any
have
of
to
that?
do that more often. No, that's mine.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
but I'll pay for the next round of drinks.
All right, that's worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. All of my money goes towards paying for the stuff in the Wyvern anyway, so
I'm just giving you.
no joke about money. I'm just go get drinks.
Oh, I'm seeing the rich girl peek out. I found you.
You're a rich girl.
Mhm. And we enjoy a few more drinks
Mm-hmm.
after earning some good cash.
The guy comes up and has a drink with you as well. He introduces himself as Fremont.
Ooh, that is a main character name.
That is a main character name for sure. Is it spelled the French way on the back half, or is it just Mont?
Mont.
Okay. Didn't know if we were getting some Mounte action up.
Fremont?
Fremont. So what do you do, Fremont? Because I mean, obviously take care of yourself. I'm not hitting on you unless you want to be, but sorry. My friend has been giving me free alcohol all day. I'm riding something.
Clearly, the confidence suits you.
I am so sorry.
Jesus Christ.
You have been on
All
fucking
of them.
fire today. I don't think we even need to spend any Fabula points with all the stuff you're putting in today.
Unhinged. Incredible.
There's no filter. I haven't taken my
I
ADHD
love
meds
it.
today.
I'm retired, but used to be in the collegiate art business.
Nice. Odd jobs. Getting paid. Fine. What was anything cool that you could talk about, obviously, right? But like,
Oh, I'm happy to talk about all of it. Mostly just the usual, killing some random monsters or saving a town from ghosts, things like that. Probably all sorts of interesting things, but nothing comes to mind off the top of my head. It's been a few years now since I gave that up.
you like in retirement?
I'll keep busy, Come here every now and then, get a few swings in. Spend most of my time now, I suppose you could say, mentoring some of the other collegians as they come up.
Really?
Yeah, least I can do.
Well, if you're taking on any more, business is heating up. I wouldn't be ashamed to ask for a few pointers. You fucking punched my nose in, so the least I could do is learn how to do that properly.
You seem to be pretty good at that yourself. And he kind of like rubs at his chin, where he has a nice like purple bruise just kind of like bleeding up into his face at this point.
Bruin's just got like a beautifully crafted lace handkerchief just up to his like.
You
Fits
you
in
move
well.
you move pretty fast there. You remind me of an old friend of mine, and you keep that out. I think you'll be all right.
Old friend.
Yeah, back from my collegiate art days. I'm just someone who moved quick like you.
Interesting. I think I've only seen one other person move as quick as that, so.
Ah, really?
Your friend got a name?
Oh, well, they did. Name was S1-E. They, died a few years back.
Sorry about that.
Part of the life.
Yeah, still. I'd say pour one out for him, but I don't want to make it messy. Oh, fuck it, it's messy. He just pours it over his shoulder and then keeps drinking. It's fast.
For all the ones that we've lost, eh?
Yeah. No matter how we lost him.
No matter. Well, I will leave you be with your friend here. You seem to be enjoying your evening, so I'll go drink in the corner, and if you're ever in need of anything, look me up.
Yeah, don't be a stranger either.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, miss. He
He's
walks
sorry.
definitely flirting with you.
I should have introduced you. He was? What the fuck? Why?
No, it's okay. I'm not bothered.
All right. Was he flirting with me, or was it just because there's, you know?
I was just being silly. I think he was just being polite and kind.
Okay. I don't want to pull a Fiona here and miss some signals.
Fiona is absolutely clueless, I would say.
I got some action before you did, so you can suck it.
Hey now, 10 years later.
Yeah.
That was a slow burn.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for entertaining me and coming out.
No, I had a very good time. I'm glad to have expanded my horizons.
Did you do it again? There's no
Yes.
band at night, otherwise we could have danced, but they do good dancing here.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Shall we walk home?
Sounds good to me. I got my bruises. I'm good to go home.
I can see that. Is it something that you wished to have gotten on this night out?
It's usually how I know the night's over, is when I can't breathe because there's blood in my nose.
Hmm. As we're like walking out the bar, was it a bar, a pub, a tavern? I don't even know. At the tavern, Miss Buttersby like picks up her dress and like begins to like kind of like twirl it, like looking from side to side, and she's just like, "My dress has no tears. The night doesn't seem to be over yet."
Well, how are we gonna fix this?
I'm sure we can find something to do. So let's go for a walk.
All right.
Chill, guys.
Walk seems to be code for something. It's happened already in this episode.
We've established that going for a walk.
Let's go for a jog.
I mean, it could
Something
get
different.
snagged
Mix
on
it
a,
up
on
a
a
bit.
it could get snagged on a park bench, or Ruben can rip it off. Like, there's any number of things that can happen.
Kinds of options.
Yes, maybe.
I
Let's
mean,
find
Teddy
somewhere to
has
go
a knife
dancing.
already.
Let's just find somewhere now to go dancing.
How do you usually rip your dresses? Because the
Shenanigans.
shenanigans,
So
Shenanigans.
vague.
like jumping off a building shenanigans, or
I mean, that's
starting
one of
filthy,
the
nasty
options.
rumors with husbands shenanigans.
They're the boring parties. That's how you get yourself a little bit of entertainment. The good ones end where you barely remember what happened in the morning.
I do think that there is a dance club around here somewhere.
Nice. And
Let's go see what
as we're
happens.
walking, are there like nighttime stalls and other bits and pieces, or is it pretty empty? Like, what's the vibe as we walk through the city?
No, yeah, the city is very lively at all hours. There are different places that are less lively and more like if you were at the docks right now, it would probably mostly just be like criminals and that kind of shit. But where you are right now is much more like open. There are food carts and places doing all sorts of different things, like kind of lining the streets. You can see some of the shops that that are like more daytime shops close down and then have like stalls out front that they either rent out or that they run or like someone else runs, where they sell something else, food wise, or something like that, trinkets, all sorts of fun things.
Are we going to be walking? No, we're not. We're not in the right spot to go past that barge right in, are we?
Technically,
no.
doesn't mean if we walk all over the place. Like, depending on how long we walk.
It's okay. It was more of a like I was like, Teddy wants to steal something from out the front of the barge right in, and then run for it. But if it doesn't fit within the walking distance, I think we'll just leave it.
Hold on. I have an idea. What does Teddy bring that up? Like maybe a few more drinks in when they're both getting a little sloppy.
100%.
Look, okay, I don't think you were there for this, but real quick, I'll show you something cool if you answer this. Are you enjoying this whole Steel Kings thing?
Oh, it is interesting. Like I said, I kind of jumped into it not thinking about the long-term consequences of my actions, but that does tend to seem be the way that I've worked things out, and things have gone, well, if I look at the things now, they're pretty well for myself. If you don't, if you ignore the big time jump confusion, but I'm pretty happy with how they've turned out. But sorry, what was the question?
I suppose I'll clarify the purpose of the question is to just like, I worry seeing what they're about, what that means for you if you keep spending time around them.
I was curious about that. There seems to be a 50-50 split on the cult side versus it just being an organization side. And I thought maybe to begin with that I could mess with that balance and the people that aren't really wanting to die, to kind of, sow some discord, but I seem to just really enjoy their company, to be completely honest with you. But I've been limiting my access and going there as of late, and I'm hoping that I could just fade out of the picture. But we're just going to see how that goes. I did have a plan, and then the plan kind of disappeared, and I'm bored with it, to be completely honest with you.
No plan survived first contact with anything, so yeah.
And that the fast man, he was quite terrifying, and so that that makes me nervous.
Seemed to handle him pretty well, though.
Yes, but he did ask me to kill Fiona, and I almost thought about it for a second before I kind of... Well, I was keeping up appearances, and I thought maybe I could just pretend to attack them.
Pretend to kill. Yeah.
Yes, but like the thought still did cross my mind, because I'm not... What happens if I did hit them while pretending? What if, I missed the air and hit them? So I got nervous about it, and then I tried to say that I could help get the mask, and he said yes, but then he grabbed it himself, so I don't honestly know what the point of that was.
Yeah. Maybe I could figure that out. I think whatever I did in the fighting pit, I think the assistant got it from him, so...
It did look very eerily similar. Standing in front of me one moment, and then after that, Saoirse screams. So I'm glad that at least you have some understanding.
Speaking of there 1 second and gone the next, grabs your shoulder and you see like smoke pour out of those rivulets of armor into the shape of sort of like a raven that moves wings around, and then they're in front of the barge right.
Teddy's like kind of lost her like foot placement for a moment, so she's like up against Ruin, and then she takes like a step back, and she's like, that was very cool.
Steal what you will.
Is there... What's out the front of the barge right in? Is there like a nice pot plant that looks well taken care of? Or like really nice set of salt and pepper shakers out on the outdoor tables, or just something dumb that is pocketable-ish. Just something. A knife and fork set.
So, yeah,
Nothing inconvenient.
as you pop up in front of the barge right in, you would expect at this point for this to be a pretty lively place in general. The dock shifts have gotten off. They should be coming to this place. It is dark and completely shuttered from what you can tell. There's not really much of anything outside save for a poster on the door with a picture of I can't remember his name. What was the guy's name that you invited to the dance?
Guy who smells like sea salt.
Yes.
Corell Norris.
Yes.
Corvel Norris.
Corvel, yes.
I was like that R look, that V looks like an R. I was like, Corell? I was like, that doesn't sound right. Corvel.
What you think is potentially a wanted poster to begin with, and as you get a little bit closer, you realize is actually a missing poster.
Fuck.
Seems that, if you had to guess,
on the missing poster?
No, like I guess a last scene, yeah. Like there's like a last scene on the night of a shift, and it seems to say the day before the party.
These Fabula point spends are no joke. Unintended consequences.
I don't want no consequence.
I put the pot plant back, and then I look to Ruin. I'm like, well, this is quite odd, I would say.
Yeah, that's it's taken me out of the pranking mood just a little bit.
A little bit, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Something to investigate in the morning, perhaps?
Definitely something to keep our eyes on. Yeah, I'll see what I can pick up when I'm doing my rounds.
Right. Maybe we should just head home.
Yeah. Still, I've got stuff that I can take if you want to take the fast way. Or we can shenanigan our way home.
Shenaniganing our way home sounds great.
We'll jump in front of a train or catch it. One of those. We'll figure it out.
Let's see if we can find Saoirse's path up to the train tracks.
Yes, let's find the balloon moment. Let's see where she went off the rails.
On the rails, truly.
On the rails,
truly.
yeah.
Let's just go and adventure the rest of the night. Cool.
Yeah. You get into some tomfoolery, some shenaniganery. I've got too many people's names. Teddy's dress definitely gets ripped at some point. Now, whether she just did it because it was already a thing, it's hard to say if it happened or if she did it. But
I mean, all of her dresses drag on the ground, so it does not take long to get snagged or caught in something that tears it.
All right. But yeah, you eventually make your way back to the Wyvern through as much. Yeah.
If this is a Fabula point spend, I'll do it. But can I rolled a d20 to see how cheeky Ruin was gonna be, and it was high. So can I say how that dress teared?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we get all the way back to the Wyvern, and Ruin does a like. There you go. And just walks in.
Where do you do that?
Just grabs her by the front.
Just
high on the shoulder, right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
On an expensive lace part? No.
You are not specific as to where, only that it must happen.
No. I wasn't expecting you to want the night to end so quickly as I grab a drink from the bar, sauntering behind.
just leaves more for next time.
Indeed. I will
The
pour
fan
myself a
fiction
drink
we would write.
and go
I'm
to
so
bed.
fucking happy right now.
All right. We are pretty close to time. Taylor, you're the only one who didn't really have a scene.
Took up all
Uh,
the time. We're sorry,
She
Taylor.
has been-
enjoying it.
Yeah,
She has
I
been
figure of all the
messaging
people,
me.
yeah.
She has
I'm
been
here for a good
messaging me in the background saying like, I'm so happy right now.
I've been messaging everyone in
So-
the background.
If you want to do a quick scene, we can. If not, we can always pick up with another, like, one more scene next week if you have to want to think about it or anything. And
Honestly, the only thing Saoirse really wanted to do was sell the ornate stuff that
yeah.
she stole.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, let's do a quick scene
Not-
with that. Yeah.
Not get that appraised or like not take it to Yossi to get it appraised or anything. Like she'll find a different person.
Sure. Where are you taking it? Alucard has a like, he does magic shit. Like it's up to you. You can try to find
No
somewhere
one that
else.
was connected. Yeah, someone completely new who was not connected because that theft may have been reported.
Sure. Yeah. You managed to find just a random magic shop in the artisan quarters. Not nearly as fun as Alucard's, not nearly as like fancy as his, or as weird as Yossi's is, where it's just a bunch of random shit. And yeah, you can go on in.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. Didn't see you there.
I was just standing right here. I wasn't moving or hiding.
Nope, you're right. I was looking at everything in here. It's very impressive. This relic recently came into my possession, and I was hoping to get it appraised.
Sure. Put it on the table. I will take a look. And she also pulls out a piece of glass, much like the one that Masura used to look at Fiona, and kind of looking it over. Oh, intriguing. What did you say this relic was called?
I didn't.
All right, well, I would say it's probably called a random stick with no abilities. Where did you get it again?
A friend gave it to me.
Did you pay that friend for it?
No,
Good.
actually, I did not.
That's good, because I would say this is pretty much worthless.
I love the voice change.
Sasha flips and flops depending on the mood. Just like, here I am with this really expensive fucking relic that was in this really expensive mansion. Like, it's worth
So
some
you
money.
thought.
So I thought, now I'm being told. I'm like, oh, fuck.
So wait, are you telling me that this white orb,
And I'm just gonna give it a little twist, and does it just pop off?
Yeah, it 100% like
shitty plastic.
yeah. If this world had an equivalent of like a shitty like Kmart toys, not even like the fucking this is like a Kmart lightsaber level of quality. Like it's not even the real like plastic lightsabers that you can buy that are Star Wars. It's just a shitty one. But it's that, but like a magic staff. It is made of metal. It is made of like it feels legitimate, but yeah, the minute that you start actually doing anything to it, you can tell that it
Except
is
for the
not.
glue that's holding
Yeah.
that orb at the top.
well, this is both way better than what I was expecting and so much worse than what I was wanting. This is
I-
incredible.
Can understand why you'd be disappointed. You might want to tell your friend they give bad gifts.
Mm-hmm. I will. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. Good luck.
Bye.
This person's just like, that's the best reaction to bad news I've ever seen.
It's like, why is she so positive? What?
Yeah.
And I will take the thing with me
Yeah.
back, because I'm going to hold that over their head.
I stole this from you and it was worthless.
Yes. Like, what the fuck?
This is some incredible, just absolutely wild social logic that's like, I stole this from you. It's not even worth anything.
How dare
How
you?
am I to blame? How dare you?
How did you come? How did you get a fucking relic that the Steel Kings want, but this is fake?
Yeah.
I'm doing you a favor here.
The glass case it was in was more expensive than the stick itself.
Why were these in the same place?
The stuff wasn't even in a safe. It was just there.
Yeah.
I used it to break the glass that was covering the mask.
Honestly, you're doing Lusor a favor by pointing
You
all
are.
this out, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, he has shitty friends and contacts that are selling him false relics. So how the fuck he came into possession of the real mask? That's the real mystery. Someone somewhere down the chain messed up.
Yep.
If only we
flash
knew-
over to the man in white who's got the mask, and it's like he's in the rain and he's looks really cool, and then you see the paper mache begin to like melt
on
on
the
his mask.
if only you knew
Fabula.
that Lusor had at least one friend who was in the business of selling kind of garbage magical items to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Yosei, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm hanging on to it. This will.
Yeah.
This will come up.
Sisha will
All
remember
right.
this.
Check
So-
off shitty staff.
We
That's
will
it. That's literally.
roll out of that scene and into just kind of the end of the episode, I guess. It's kind of an unceremonious end, but you all... Oh, yes.
I'll quick slide in for Bond for the reflection scene.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to add affection to Bond with Teddy.
Taylor, if you want to take a bond from that scene, you can, or we can, like I said, we can do another like actual scene if you would like to next week, if you want to think about it. If not, you can figure out, well, you can also just tell me like something that happened during this that caused you to form a bond, whatever you want to do.
Is it one bond per scene? So like,
So-
Ruin got that bond, so I don't.
No,
Mhm.
everyone involved.
Yeah, you can get a Bond. Yeah.
Oh, okay. How many bonds has Ruin got with Teddy?
2.
Okay, this will be the
Emotions
third one.
on the bond, right?
Emotions
This-
on the Bond. Yes.
Yes. This
So
will be
each-
the third emotion on the bond with Ruin. Does that
For
mean
you?
anything?
Like
Yeah.
you have 3 to ruin.
This
Mhm.
like this one here, this bond here goes
Yeah.
to admiration, and now I have admiration, loyalty, and affection with Ruin.
Yeah.
Level up.
That just means
Yeah.
that you
Means
your
it's
bond has a
maxed.
you have a strength of 3, which means that when you like add stuff to rolls around ruin, you get
Yes.
+3 to it.
Cool. Yeah. I have
So-
some
Which
stuff
one's
coming
getting
up.
added now?
Admiration just got added.
Oh, cool.
There's a secret 4th option called horny, and that's like later down
It's
the line.
affection.
so-
It's just it's a tangent off of affection.
It's a
Uh,
category of
So yes,
Teddy
as a
already
reminder-
marked affection a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
As a reminder, you can create a new bond towards someone or something. You can add a new emotion to an existing bond, or you can erase an emotion from an existing bond and replace it with a different one. Which, yeah, just to give you those. So yeah, as you basically next time we will be jumping out of our little 3-month break. If there's anything that you want to be doing around the time out of this, like, you know, not break, but like the downtime, the rest scene will be over as of next time. If there's any other scenes that we want to do, we can, absolutely, totally fine. They probably won't be rest scenes, so there won't be bonds or anything associated with them, but we are more than welcome to like role play any of those. We will be jumping back in to the Steel King's plot as we move forward. But yes, until then, until next time, take care of each other, take care of yourselves, do all of the good things. Where you're not back in 3 months, we will be back next week. It's just 3 months later in the game is when we're there. Yes. In-game characters.
Today was our 3-month time skip.
Yes.
Yes.
Vignette sequence.
And hopefully we'll be digging into your zero powers, your new abilities, some of that kind of stuff. We'll see how they come up for everybody else. We have one revealed itself. Outside of that, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and until next time, are you ready for more tales?
Always.
All right, stick around. We're gonna raid, and then come back and join us next week, and we will see you all then. Peace out, Brussels sprouts.
Bye, everybody.